Hey, what is up, lovies? It's Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and we have a very fun video to go through today because we are going to be talking about Caleb's third myth. Now, we have a wonderful lovely over on Twitter who basically broke down how the third myths are related to the tarot card deck. It's really cool, and as somebody who enjoys tarot cards and reading stuff, and it's fascinating. It is truly fascinating how they've connected the dots on this one. Now, if you don't want any potential spoilers or anything like that, there are no veggies associated with this. It's all speculation and relating things to the cards and stuff. So it's up to you if you want to stay for this one. So we're gonna hop right into it. This is posted by Ray Loves Zane. So really cool that they look like they're harem girly though. So it's a really extensive one. This video might be a little bit longer, so if you want to grab a snack before coming along on this ride, go ahead. So we are going to begin here. So myth theories, Caleb's tarot cards in Abyss Chaos, Final Farewell, a thread. Possible veggies alert, warnings will be in place. Just my own thoughts on Caleb's third myth, so take it with a dash of fun salt. So it's going to be really fun. I'm very excited for this. Now, previously we have had a card in the past, or at least a veggie in the past, talking about the potential theme of what Caleb's third myth is going to be, and a lot of people have been saying the origin story of Adam and Eve and all of these different things, like he's a fallen angel and stuff. I don't know if I really subscribe to that particular theory because people were saying that it's kind of like this color scheme and this kind of vibe all overall. So I actually thought of Aztecs and whatnot. That was my personal theory, but I'm curious what the tarot deck has to say about this. So let's go ahead and see how this person constructs their argument. So based on the third myth so far, the pattern of the tarot cards are such. So one tarot card will be the ally's identity. The second one will be the main plot point. The third one will be the kindled scene. So we'll take a look at the other three love interest myths, then speculate Caleb's. So this is for the allies' identities. So for Raphael, we had the King of Cups. We have the King of Cups. It's the ruler above sea. We have Xavier, who is the Emperor. And then we have Zane, who is Temperance. And we also have Silas, who is the Devil. Now, what is very interesting, since I do know a little bit about tarot cards and whatnot, you have here cards that are the major arcana, and you also have cards that are minor arcana. I actually found it very interesting that Raphael's is a minor arcana card and not one of the major arcana. So you have cards in the deck that are by suits. So you have wands, you have swords, you have cups, and you have, oh god, what is the last one? Coins or pentacles pen, I forgot the term for it, but basically it's coins. So you have all of those, those are your suits. If you think of a regular deck of cards, they're kind of the same thing. And then from there you have the major arcanas, which are the Emperor, the Temperance, the Devil, the Hangman, or the Lover's card, or the Tower. Those kind of cards are the major arcana. So I'm kind of curious as to how it came to be that this person deducted that Raphael was the King of Cups, which is really interesting. I find it very, very interesting. So Very, very cool. We have all of these. So in terms of like their identities, you have the ruler above the sea, which is the King of Cups. You have Cinder's fell tyrant, which was the emperor. You have Temperance, which is the pantheistic deity, which is GOA, and then you have the devil, which is the archfiend sovereign, which makes sense. Next, we're going to be talking about the main plot point for each of these cards, and that is told by the different tarot cards represented. Again, this is a mix of major and minor arcana, which is really fun to see. You have the Magician for Raphael, which is as above so below. Ramiro is Lumeria surfaced, which is cool for the Magician because the Magician kind of like symbolizes being able to bring forward your almost like affirmations, like if you think it is possible, then it is possible kind of thing. So it's interesting that the interpretation here is as above so below, so that's really fun. The star, you have the star, which is Xavier's card, the lake, and the state of limbo. So for the star, that I know that the star is also associated with like the zodiac sign of Aquarius. So it is one of those like ambiguous cards and whatnot. So having it to like relate to the state of limbo is really fun also. I do enjoy this. This is really fun for me. You have the Seven of Cups for Zane reversed. So if you're unfamiliar with like tarot decks and whatnot, you have like different positionings of the tarot cards, and if they are in the reverse, typically they mean the opposite of what it is when it's upright, and that could mean something good or something bad because each tarot card kind of represents its own energy and own definition. I can't really say that, like for example, if you're talking about like the card of the tower if you're talking about the tower card, the tower card is talking about change, and it's caused like disruption and all of these different things, and it can be interpreted as something that is bad, or it can be interpreted as something that is good. If you are in a stagnant place right now and you need that desperate shakeup and that desperate change in order for progress to happen, then the tower card is a good card to have in whatever reading that you're having. But if it is in the reverse, then that means that you might be in a place of stability, or you might be in a place where you are stagnant. You know, it really depends on like the context of the overall question, and also of the context of the other cards that it comes out with. So in this reading for Zane, he has the Seven of Cups, and it's red in the reverse. So that means the 7 gates of the netherworld that yield the Creatio stone. So this is really cool that this can relate to the cards, like the fact that they're like the 7 gates of the netherworld. They're like, oh, it's the Seven of Cups, of course. And I'm just like, well, damn. Then you also have 10 of Swords for Silas, which, as you can see, the depiction of the 10 of Swords is not really that great. It's being pursued by enemies. You always have to watch your back on things. You could be potentially backstabbed by somebody. It is not a good card to have. Like, the 10 of Swords is not a good card to have. Swords is also like the suit of like logic thinking, and it has to do with like a lot of like politics too. It could be like home politics, work politics, or just like the socio-economical politics of how things work when you're talking to like groups of people and stuff. So it's really interesting to see that this is the card associated with Silas's, because it makes sense, right? It makes sense with his archfiend theme here. Now, next we have the Kindled scene. I love the fact that the Kindled scene is represented represented by its own freaking card. So Raphael, you have the Five of Cups, MC Sacrifice scene. As you can see, there is a very sad individual who sees like spilled cups, spilled emotions, spilled you know, prosperity, if you want to call it that, and that is representative of MC dying. Then you also have, you know, Xavier, Knight of Swords, horse riding scene, which was very like high action, and this is exactly what that is. It's high action, which is very intense for that particular card. Now it is interesting that we have only one card represented in the kindled moments, because of course myth cards have two kindled moments. So interesting that, you know, we have we have like a, not a pick and choose kind of moment, but like a different way of representing these things. Then we have Zane, who is the tower card, of course falling from the tower scene and diviner stillness here, which is really interesting to see this also, how it just perfectly is represented by this like specific deck of tarot. Not every tarot deck looks the same, of course. Everything is interpreted in a different way. You may look at one tower card from one tarot deck and look at a different tower card from a different tarot deck, and you'll see that the imagery is completely different. And the way that somebody would read those would be different as well, you know? So it is interesting that this visual perfectly matches exactly what happened in the card. I wonder if this is all one deck. It looks like it is. Then we also have Silas, which is the Five of Pentacles, which is the chapel scene, the Crimson Departure. Oh, that is so... That's really sad, actually. This is actually really sad. It just fits perfectly, you know, in terms of like depicting, because there's this guy on crutches. Then you also have, you know, Silas and MC just going into the casket. I don't know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Now, let's go ahead and look at what this individual's like prediction for Caleb's is. So this is my prediction for Caleb's cards. Identity, the Hermit. We have here the identity is the Hermit, the main plot point is the Hangman, and the Kindle scene is the Two of Wands. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so the Hermit, possible, you know, veggie spoiler on identity. If we go by what the CN side is speculating, the Hermit would tie in well with the Ghost King. So the Ghost King is something that a lot of people were saying there's like a ghost tree, something like ghost related. And from my interpretation, from what I read online, now I could be wrong about this, but ghost relates to the yandere character, like the personality of a yandere. When they say somebody is a ghost king or like ghost whatever, they are actually saying that he is a very yandere character. So interesting to see this kind of like change up here, because the Hermit is representative of somebody who like kind of stays recluse. They need that time to be by themselves, almost somebody who is not abandoned, but somebody who chooses to be alone in order to like reevaluate their own personal thoughts about something, or they're just alone for a very long time. That's what the Hermit symbolizes. It's that moment of being like, I need a break, I'm stepping back kind of thing. So interesting. I like this. This is good. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Where did I go? No. All right. So we have the Hermit. And then they say the Ghost King is a ruler of the undead world. This is different from the underworld in Silas's myth, which is actually called Yin Realm in CN. Silas's Yin Realm is where discarded fates, souls, places, things reside, but the Ghost King's underworld is where the dead are judged. Oh, however, Caleb might be loosely based off of Zhang Kui, who is a Ghost King, but not because the judges not because he judges the dead, but he's known as a powerful deity who vanquishes ghosts, demons, evil spirits. Interestingly, there is a painting called Zhao Kui sending off his sister in marriage. Oh god. So if that isn't very on the nose about the same sourceness of Caleb MC in his third myth, I don't know what is. The paintings depict Zhao Kui marrying off his sister to a friend he's indebted to, but if the team is really using Zhao Kui as inspiration, then they'll likely put a twist on to this part of the story. Next, the Hangman. The tarot card echoes the same dream MC had in Lucid Dream about Caleb being suspended and his nutrients siphoned off by thorny vines. I doubt this would be animated. Probably not. But let's just go back to like the whole ghost thing, the Ghost King visual here. So I'm kind of like realizing that a lot of these different relationships don't necessarily relate to the card itself. It's more based on like the visual aspect of these cards. So like you have the devil for the archfiend, you have temperance for the pantheic deity, which is GOA. So it kind of does make sense that you would choose like the hermit in terms of like visual aspects. Like this would be representative of Caleb. No, I'm not saying Caleb's gonna be an old man with a stick holding a lantern, no. But he is probably going to be some sort of like what this person is saying, maybe a vanquisher of demons. This is interesting. I could see this happening in different ways, but like there has to be some sort of connection here. I want to connect it to like Aztec things, because there's just so much like Aztec symbolism in Caleb's like four-star card that came out for the anniversary that just comes out of nowhere. Like it literally comes out of nowhere. They're using colors that Caleb isn't necessarily associated with, like green, which is really interesting. And he has a lot of symbolism of jaguars on him. He also has a lot of symbolism of like collars on the neck and stuff, which is interesting. Like it shows up in his idol banner. It shows up in his idol banner, in his outfit of the idol banner. In Catch 22, he had a collar around his neck. A lot of people were saying that he's like maybe a dog. Whoa, wait a minute. Isn't Cerberus? Cerberus is a dog, right? Cerberus is a three-headed dog in the underworld who basically like guards the gate of hell down there. And it kind of relates to like somebody who would punish ghosts, demons, evil spirits, you know, not necessarily vanquishing them, but as strong as. What if they turned Cerberus into a three-headed jaguar? Sorry, I'm just kind of like going off of the spinner. Let's just continue on. So we have here the Hanged Man, right? And then this is from the story that they're referencing here with MC having a lucid dream about Caleb being siphoned by like vines and whatnot. So it kind of makes sense visually. As a Kindled scene, it's also very likely a main plot point. To be honest, I don't know what this would signify. Obviously, it's a theme of sacrifice, but for what purpose? Is Caleb exchanging his life force so MC can live? And that's how he ended up being a Ghost King. Ooh, that would make a lot of sense, because Caleb would give up everything. You know, Caleb would give up everything for MC to thrive, basically. He would give up himself to sustain MC. Okay, now we also have the Two of Wands, which is, what was the last card? Kindled Scene. Kindled Scene is the Two of Wands. Okay. Anyways, now the Two of Wands. Again, I can't think of what possible plot point might lead to this, but the lush greenery and river tells me we're gonna see an echo of the card's floating floral letter and clear day return. In the tarot card, the figure is holding a globe in his hand, so maybe Caleb might be holding an orb of some kind, perhaps MC's core or essence, which probably means Caleb's myth will join LSG and GOA in seeing MC's death. There seems to be a rather strong hint there might be some Mesoamerican inspirations in terms of design, and even lore that'll complement the CN concept of Ghost King. If so, then I'm leaning towards the Aztec myth. Oh my god! Oh my! Oh my god! Oh god! You know what? They said this name in middle school. Like, we were learning about Aztecs in middle school. Quetzalcoatl. Oh god, this is clopidogrel all over again. Quetzalcoatl. I'm so sorry. I am so. Q and X. If I had to say this, I would say it as xylitol, but I know xylitol is a fake sugar, and that is not what we're doing here. I'm so sorry. In particular, would fit Caleb as he's known as the dog-headed deity. It is a psycho chomp bump guide for the dead. Cerberus, hello, is a twin brother of blah blah blah, but the team can easily give this a twist and make MC fit the role, especially since Quetzalcoatl is also known as the creator deity. Creator deity MC? Are you kidding me? So that is all for my speculation. Now I need to go back to decoherence analysis. Lol. Guys, Aztec myth. I am so geared up for this. Oh my god. I am so excited for this. Oh my god. What didn't I say? I was like, oh, but isn't Cerberus like a dog? There's so much dog, like, what do you call that? Oh my god. Imagery around Caleb for some reason. Like, even during his solo card, he had like the puppy theme going on everywhere, and I'm like, why are there always dogs around Caleb? There's gotta be some correlation here. There's gotta be some relation here to something. And I'm just like, what better way of showing us where the dog comes from? Okay, if it's not in his third myth. Now I know that Caleb has a dog in him. Okay, we just gotta. Caleb to me is like a feral dog who becomes submissive around MC. Like, that is literally my depiction of him, because even in his like visual outfits that he wears, like even in the idol banner, he has that like choker that has that circle in the middle. Hold on, we need to pull up an image of this. Hold on. Yes, I was looking up how to do a crochet chicken. Don't mind me. What was it? It's no, Caleb. Who the hell is Caleb Williams? Sorry. Caleb. Oh my god, hold on. Caleb idol banner outfit, love and Deepspace. Okay. No, this is so important because he has that thing on his neck. This looks like a collar, okay? This looks like a collar. And then you also have Catch 22. We need to look at this too. Catch 22. See, he has this. You know what this is? Do you know what this is? This like specific thing on these like necklaces, this means submissive. That's for a sub, so it fits. Okay, it fits. I'm gonna be so happy if it comes out to be like a Mesoamerican Aztec like theme. I'll be so freaking happy. Oh my god. Okay, this actually pumped me up so much, and now I'm questioning my life. Am I going to be pulling for Raphael's birthday banner, or am I going to save up for this? Because holy peanut butter, I am going to need this card. Okay, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like down below, and if you want more videos like this, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below too. And if you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you want to join the Discord, the link is in my bio. If you want to join my Patreon and watch me react to all of the cards, because I haven't reacted to anything since 2025, you can go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon. It's $3 a month to watch my reactions. And yeah, alrighty everybody, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Oh, whoops, wrong button.